Back for part two of today's WPSD Local 6 Legal Line. Mark Bryant, Austin Kennedy of the Bryant Law Center here to answer your questions. Give us a call at 1-888-208-6946 if you have a question regarding personal injury. And we were about to answer the previous question when we ran out of time, but this is from an anonymous viewer who says his transmission ran out, they got hit by a car. Are there grounds to sue? And I'm assuming that the transmission ran out on the road and they were just out there and couldn't move the car. Do they have grounds to sue?
That's how I'm interpreting it. I would say you're going to have a difficult chance on suing that one, just because unless you had a new transmission put in like that day or relatively soon before then, and you have no signs, no warnings, nothing to give you any kind of cause of concern that it may go out while you are driving it, it's going to be very difficult to prove. If it's been a car that you've been driving for, say, 5, 10, 15 years and just out of nowhere the transmission goes out, unless there's a recall on that particular transmission for doing that exact same thing, again, you're going to have a kind of a tough road going ahead. But if you did just get something done on that car, say a new transmission was put in, you just started driving it that day, first time, and it went out without any signs whatsoever, then I would say it's worth at least calling a lawyer, looking into it, seeing if there's anything you can do on there on an investigation.
We have a question from Paul who says, my son was in a car accident with an 18-year-old driver. Do we have a case against his parents as well as the 18-year-old driver?
Well, my wife just texted me that I hogged the first half, so why don't you take that one, Austin?
Well, I would say if the kid is 18 years old, he's no longer a kid, he's no longer a minor. So first of all, your claim is not going to be, don't look at it like you're suing him right now. What you're doing is you're filing a claim against the insurance of the vehicle that he was in. Assuming that he's the policy holder or named insured on the policy, then again, that's probably all it's going to be. Now, if you've actually got to file the lawsuit, say because you can't get the insurance company to settle with you for the amount that you want, and you have to actually file a lawsuit in the court with proper jurisdiction, then you would be naming that 18-year-old individual on the complaint. His insurance company or her insurance company is still responsible for insuring him up to the policy limits on that vehicle. But if he or she's 18 years old, no, it would not be something to where you have to actually sue the parents if that's actually the question.
Brenda wants to know, how long do I have to file a case from the time of my car accident?
Well, technically, Brenda, you've got 2 years to file a case for personal injury in Kentucky from an automobile accident. But the question would be, why would you want to wait that long? So really, the thing you need to do is after you have the automobile accident, you need to call a lawyer and sit down and talk to them about representing you in the case if you've been hurt. Because I have to tell you, the insurance companies, first thing they do is call their lawyers and let them know what went on in the case. So it's good for you to call a lawyer and don't wait for 2 years, even though that is the statute of limitations in Kentucky.
One of the questions that I've seen from time to time, and that is someone who says, I don't really want to sue. That's not in my nature to sue after an accident, but I don't think it's about being vindictive, is it?
No, in fact, Dave, it's a lot of times there's just nothing else you can do. It's not like you're really suing the person, even though technically you are, but that's why we pay for insurance. I mean, because these insurance companies, they have billions and billions of dollars sitting there, and if you don't sue them, you're just doing them a favor. You're not going to recover against them. So I always try to, when I talk to clients about that, because most people don't want to sue, but these insurance companies don't just send you a check just because you're a nice person. You got to have some power behind it to get them to do it, and that is talking to a lawyer that knows what they do, and we do this all day long, every single day. So if you got a problem like that, you just need to pick up the phone and give us a phone call.
Just real quickly as we finish up here, well, we do have one more question that's come in. Wayne's vehicle was on a recall, stalled in the middle of the road. Are there grounds to sue for endangerment?
I don't know if you're actually wanting to sue Wayne for his vehicle being in the middle of the road, which gave rise to your injuries or property damage. That's a little tricky there. I would say you probably need to call the office and get more information on it. And endangerment, as far as that goes, that would not be anything I could think of. Mark, can you think of anything?
No, I can't.
I would call the office, give them as much information as you can. Maybe we could steer you in the right direction.
Mark Bryant, Austin Kennedy of the Bryant Law Center have been our guest on today's edition of Local 6 Legal.